feel like I've been in training all my life to do what I'm doing now. That's what makes it fun.
By the time he got to Western Maryland Hospital, I said, if he's going to get better, he really needs a place to set up a computer. And I was hoping for a place beside his bed, just an area there that we could set it up, because, there were no telephones in any of the rooms. So I really didn't expect him to be able to connect to the internet in any way. So it was just like something to get his mind off of how bad his back hurt is what I was looking for. They did much better than what we ever expected. They had just like big conference tables in there, and then they had these shelves. It was bookshelves. It was like they called it their professional library. What he did by October, he was actually teaching classes in how to access the internet. He had a schedule on the door, and he had different classes going for different things. Windows 95 was what was, 98 wasn't out, and he was teaching that. It was just like, I will do what I said I was going to do. Because at that point, he wasn't working there. He was a patient there.
We have a lot of people that have problems with their limbs, either spinal cord injuries, whatever. I try to always start them when I can with solitaire to try to get them used to using a mouse and work on their dexterity, their motor problems they have, and hopefully in time they can overcome those problems. Then you try to find out what their interests are. It may be simply writing a letter. A lot of the people here are getting very much involved with the internet, where they can communicate with loved ones, people away from here. It's a tremendous communication tool. I think the internet and the computer, when you're in a predicament a lot of our people are, is a very, very key thing in helping them overcome the drudgery of a place like this. Communications to the outside world, it gives them the ability to dream. And when your dreams go away, you're a pretty sorry individual. You have nothing to look forward to, no hope, no dreams. Well, I don't care who you are, you're in pretty sad shape. And that's all we're trying to do, is restore a little hope. And it works. Room here is kind of the local pool hall with computers. We're not going to have any computer geniuses coming out here, but we're doing a lot. It's almost half spiritual, half psychological. Trying to focus on what we can do rather than what we can't do. Trying to preach that this ain't the end. It's maybe we've got to look for a new beginning here somewhere. When I get up in the morning, I look forward to coming here. I feel like something good's going to happen. That's kind of when I try to go out, try to raise funds, try to get a new computer or whatever. I invite them to come up and visit and watch miracles in the making, because that's what we do here. We had a tornado blew a tree down. Then we decided we maybe put in a water garden. And Ferris Bittercoffer built that by himself. You gotta go and look at it. It's beautiful. It really is. It's fall now and it's starting to, not quite as brilliant as what it was, but this has turned out to be a pretty nice hangout for the patients and their families. And we have a lot of activities, and we got a good sale on some umbrellas for the tables from a local hardware store. So little by little, we get together. Ferris spearheads this, and I try to help him raise the money, and he gets it done. John just wanted to get the fountain to work. The fountain was stuck down here in the bushes, and I went to Ferris and said, "What can we do? That'd be kind of be something they could watch, and the sound of running water is always nice." And Ferris was very much into water gardens. He said, "Well, there's a big stump left here in this spot where the wind had blown it down from the tornado, and we were trying to figure out what to do with the stump and how the rocks in the middle of the lake. That's the stump. We just covered it up. That's where the stump was. It still is. You know, when you got lemons, make lemonade. That's kind of what we did here.